reignite our understanding of menopause as a time to harmonize our lives, to make mindful decisions for our emotional and physical health, and to grow spiritually. This is self-love. This is radical self-love. We're reclaiming our power, and we can come forward as our authentic, genuine self.
Welcome to In the Benefit for Others, a podcast where I, Lena Kjellqvist, strive to counteract polarization through thoughtful dialogues across disciplines, embracing the ancient Socratic art of conversation. You notice our episode comes in two flavors, sometimes Swedish, sometimes English. When English-speaking guests join me, they'll impress you with their flawless eloquence, while you need to bear with me as I navigate through the choppy waters of Swinglish. Beyond our linguistic adventures, I'm committed to mapping research on treatment methods, both within and outside conventional healthcare systems. Our mission is simply yet profound. Just like the podcast name suggests, everything we do here is in the benefit for others. Today we are recording here at Östermalm in Stockholm. And my guest for the second time is my dearest friend Patricia Ramirez Berglund. You're so welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. This space is really incredible.
Thank you. We are recording actually at my place this time.
So beautiful. So
yeah.
beautiful.
And without Rasmus.
Yeah.
So we see how we manage.
Yeah. We'll see.
But according to this, now everyone
COCK blocking.
Right. And those who knows what that is, knows what that is. So we just let it be like that. And we are female. And this recording is actually going to called the reclaiming of the female wisdom. So for you and I sitting here, just two females, we are going to do this brilliant, right?
I know we are.
Yeah.
We're two witches.
Yeah, we're two
with
witches.
The biggest hearts.
Right.
Yes.
That's true. Okay, so before Patricia, we start this conversation, I want to do a presentation about you. Those who had been listening to your previous episode here in the podcast knows everything about you, or not everything, but a lot of you about you. But if you want to listen to that, it's the episode is called Bridging Ancient Wisdom and Modern Healing. So, Patricia, you are a doctor of Chinese medicine. You're a herbalist, and this is so hard for me to say, but a dermatologist. Oh, I said it right. Dermatologist, a functional nutritionist, and you have a focus on integrative medicine.
Yes. And I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist.
Right.
And a psychosomatic practitioner, yes.
So to just start up with the frame of that, I want to ask you, or we were preparing for this episode together, and we have been discussed what we should talk about, and we want to talk about menopause, right? So, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So menopause, bring it on.
Yeah. Well, I think it's finally something that people are actually talking about very recently. And I thought today we could talk about menopause from, of course, a holistic perspective, but also perhaps but also an existential and even a little bit of Buddhist perspective of menopause.
Right.
So, but I think we were talking about this before. I think it's really important to start with sharing with the public that the world still doesn't really see women clearly. And this is because our healthcare, education, research, and all of these systems are essentially patriarchal. It's a patriarchal foundation. And most people don't know that it wasn't until 2016 that the NIH,
what is that? NIH?
The National Institute of Health, that
in the United States.
Correct. That they changed their policy and said that clinical research must include females and female rats, because before that, only male rats and only males were primarily used in clinical research because they felt that women were hormonally erratic. And I think that's really an important thing to know, because this really sets the stage for why there is such a massive gap in women's health care, or sort of health concerns that are very specific to women, like PCOS, endometriosis, symptoms around perimenopause and menopause, and this kind of thing.
Right. So, and that is kind of, you can't believe it, that it was 2016 that they brought in
that this
female
policy came
rats.
about.
Yeah, it's just 9 years ago.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. So could I just ask you before, could we tell a little bit more about what is menopause?
Well, we can talk about it from, let's sort of have a very integrative approach.
Yeah, please.
So we can talk about it from a East Asian medicine point of view. I like to say East Asian medicine instead of Chinese medicine, because it is also inclusive of the medicine that's practiced in Korea and Japan and Vietnam, which has its roots in Chinese medicine, and has a lot of overlapping ideas, but they also have their own expressions. So anyway, but according to East Asian medicine, menopause is the time where we stop bleeding. Our yin and our yang of the kidneys begins to decline. And when this happens, when this bleeding stops, it's thought that the blood is then able to go inward and inward into the heart. And this is why at this time of life, there's so many women that feel like they have this spiritual awakening, or they're thinking more in an existential way. What is my life about? What am I doing on the planet? What's my role here? So with Chinese medicine, it is a decline of sorts of the yin and the yang of the kidneys. And we also believe that at this time we use our resources of jing and of essence, which is, these are like the stores that we have in the kidneys. This is the stores of energy. It's much more than genetic material, but it's inclusive of sort of genetic material that we're born with. You know, we're born with a certain amount, and we use it, and some believe that we're not able to restore it. Some believe that we can. But so this is a time of life where we also are using a little bit more of those resources. But menopause, we understand in allopathic medicine, as a time of life where estrogens, especially estradiol, and progesterone dip quite sharply. We stop ovulating, we stop menstruating. After a year of not bleeding, we consider ourselves postmenopausal. So I am so happy to say I'm postmenopausal this month.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is perfect timing for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that, if it's a good one, you kind of have your, in Swedish, det kommer in med en fallskärm, and just kind of landing on this white sand, beach of sand. What do you say? Sand beach? Beach sand.
Sandy beach, yeah.
Just in a warm sand, and just everything turned out very good.
Yes.
Did you say so? Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So is it that for you?
Yes, it is. And I'll say, this also, menopause, this time of life, culturally, and I feel like I really know this with all of my heart, but this time of life is really about returning and remembering all of the wisdom that we carry as women. It's not, we talked about this before, but it's not necessarily about learning, but remembering. I love that because I feel that all women carry this inner knowledge, and modern culture has forgotten so much of it. The fact that Sweden doesn't hold a space for plant medicine it's massively disadvantageous for the public. And part of the reason that my colleague, Josephine, and I founded Örtriket was because we are so passionate about bringing plant wisdom, plant medicine, and also these feminine modalities of healing back to the public.
Right.
So
Josephine is also in an episode for a couple of years ago now, and she is a acupuncturist.
She's an acupuncturist, yeah. And sjuksköterska.
Yeah. Sjuksköterska.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
right.
But it really is a disadvantage for Sweden, and there are so many places in the world where I come from. I'm from New York. Germany has a very developed phytomedicine modality. Most Western medicine is offered with phytomedicine. You can go to any apotheke and you can get medicine that's mixed there, that's completely plant-based. It's very, very sophisticated, as in Japan, as in Korea, as in Switzerland, even in France. Plant medicine is available everywhere, and it's really the gateway to everything else. So let's try this first, and then we see how it goes.
And then we could just say that plant medicine is not just the psychedelic form that we are talking about now, because that is actually a word for to work with plant medicine is another word for psychedelic substance, and that is one thing. But it's not that you are talking about now. No. So what are you talking about now?
I'm talking about what they would call phytomedicine in Germany, for example, which is medicine that comes from herbal constituents, flowers, stems, roots.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not psilocybin and these kind of hallucinogenic substances, which are absolutely therapeutic, but I'm talking about not that.
Legal stuff.
Legal plant medicine.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
So our hope with Örtriket is that we can bring plant medicine or herbal medicine to more practitioners so that they feel like they can prescribe tinctures and prescribe plant medicine with more confidence, because maybe they're not an herbalist and they don't have 8 years of training. But what we design are tinctures that are really easy to use and understand as a practitioner to complement their other modalities. Because I have seen firsthand, I've treated hundreds of patients, and I have seen the potential of the medicine, how incredible it is. A lot of patients that I've seen here are patients that have tried everything else before Chinese medicine, East Asian medicine, or herbal medicine. And they're always completely taken aback at how incredible and powerful it is. So, we hope that all practitioners will ask, inform themselves.
Soon enough.
Yeah.
Soon enough.
Yeah.
So if we go back to the menopause, it's also in, as you told us, the 3 stages. And previous this episode, we talked about that women can go into perimenopause very early in their lives, and nobody understands that this is the case. So they are put on meds, or they are, it's something wrong with them. And maybe it is something wrong with them going so early into to perimenopause. Could we talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah, of course, we do have tests where we can look at different hormone ranges. But the thing with perimenopause is, like you said, so many women can have years of perimenopause. And because the symptoms can be so wide, I mean, most women know hot flashes, joint pain, and maybe brain fog.
Yeah.
But many women don't know you can have burning tongue sensation, burning itchiness in the ears, severe migraines that one never had before, panic attacks, anxiety, mental health issues that they feel like, this is not me. I've never experienced this before.
Right. Skin issues.
Because
of the estrogen is lacking also. So it could be a lot of things.
It can be so many things. Estrogen has a direct effect on the vessels, the heart, the brain, the intestines. It's a lubricant for the joints.
Yeah.
It's highly anti-inflammatory.
Right.
It has so many amazing
it's the hormone
effects.
of life.
It's the hormone of life.
It's a hormone of life in so many different ways to see it, and everything in the body, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that one has to really be their own health advocate. And if someone, a doctor, practitioner, is trying to gaslight you or tell you, oh, you're just stressed out, oh, just take an SSRI, unfortunately, you really have to take it into your own hands and say no, and find the next person and the next person until you find someone that can really look and see the root cause.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you come into suddenly soon enough, the woman will understand that something is going on. And I was thinking about that. One reason for this to take so much time is that you have this shame about going into menopause. Then you're an old lady, you're a gray-haired lady with hot flashes, you're no longer useful, you're going with a böjd back, and so on and so forth. Very unsexy lady. You have become something that is not, your life is over, kind of. And many women that when I'm speaking with them in my own reception and ask something, they say, oh no, I'm not there yet. No, I'm not there yet.
Yep.
And you can see that on the women, because you can also see it on the hair. For some women it goes very thin. The hair goes thin, so that is also one thing that could happen. And it's according to this shame, and according to what you said in the beginning of the episode, that this is when the blood, instead going into the body to nurture the heart, really start reveal the female inner wisdom. It's so beautiful, and actually you can see that in women. If you don't go into the shame, and if you just own your own menopause, you get more energy. Maybe you have children that is growing up. You have more time for yourself. If I just look at you, you look amazing.
Well,
you
thank
could
you.
never. You're kind of the opposite. What we think about a woman in a menopause or post-menopause. So
yeah, that's so true, but that's also very unique to our society in Sweden and where I come from in the US and a lot of Western culture.
Yeah.
But I can tag onto that this really fascinating anthropological study, long-term study, that followed 3 populations of women, Western society women and 2 tribes, where they could see that the women that were in a tribal structure where menopause was revered as a rite of passage, it was celebrated because the women in the community were now held as the wise, the knowledge keepers, those women suffered significantly less symptoms like hot flashes. Specifically, I think it was hot flashes, foggy brain, anxiety, and depression.
Yeah, and
that's quite incredible.
It's incredible, but also very logical, because if you're use less and somebody you're stressed within the shame, maybe you're going to be very shamed about this. You're not going to. You don't have. Your life is running away from you. You get really stressed, and if you get really stressed, you also have difficulties with hot flashes and foggy brain and everything, because it increases because of the stress. So if you're held at home, if you're held of your husband, of your family, of the society, you have your role, you're going into a new phase that maybe is also very inspiring to you, then it's a total opposite from the negative thing where you come from with all these symptoms.
That's exactly true. And that makes me think that a big way to manage menopausal symptoms, or a lot of the symptoms that come with menopause, is nervous system regulation. This is one of the biggest. Plant medicine, of course, we have nutrition, movement, lifestyle, but nervous system regulation, because of what you're saying. This really, the emotional, psychosomatic aspect of how what we experience on the exterior, we experience in our bodies.
Yeah, and I will say that that is also something that has happened during the woman's whole life. Because when you go into puberty, you also have this. Are you stressed? You're going to have a much more difficult puberty. If you go into pregnancy and are stressed, you're going to have a lot of problems within this. And if you go to menopause, to perimenopause, you're going to have difficulties. And that is because the woman, how do I say it?
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
The woman's body is so complex. We rebuild our body at least twice a month. And that is not happening to men. But we are doing this. So we have to have, I thought it was a friend of mine said that the man, and I just want to kind of applicera this on everything for the women. The woman should be the fire in everything. She should be, a woman can do so much. She can create. She's the creator.
The creator of life.
Yeah, she's the creator of life. Our how do you say?
Our wombs.
Yeah, it's the portal of life.
It is.
The man can give us a sperm and we create a child. The man can give us a house and we create a home. We are the creator. And for that, we also have the creating energy in our body, and we have to have someone who can hold that, right?
That's absolutely true.
So,
yeah.
And that is also for the society. So when the society 2016 for the first brought in the female rats, we have to see this in a total different.
We do. We have to see it for what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gross injustice, really, for the female.
Yeah.
But I completely agree with you. And this is why, menopause really is the time for us to now, because we have been nurturing and giving life and creating and all of this hormonally, now in menopause or postmenopausal, now is the time to really ask ourselves, what matters to me? Who am I? What things are really feeding me and what things are draining to me? Because with the symptoms, I know the symptoms are very much about the body talking to us, telling us, okay, that food, maybe not so good for you right now. That person, probably not a good friend. That person's draining. This is the time where we become in my opinion, hypersensitive to all of these things. And this is the time to really go inward, listen, and keep a journal. Write down, when am I getting my hot flashes? Is it when I'm stressed? Is it when I'm around this person? Is it when I'm having caffeine? There are some very sort of general things that we can do for a lot of the symptomology, which I'll say, in Chinese medicine, we don't talk about disease states or even symptomology. We sort of group into patterns. And that's really important because we don't say just like, oh yeah, hot flashes, treat it with this one thing. It really depends on the entire picture, the constitution, the pattern. And that's why the medicine works so well. But yeah, menopause is really an invitation to go inward, open our hearts, and deeply connect with ourselves in a way that we never have either given us the right to or have had the opportunity to.
Yeah, so true, so true. So when you practice with your own knowledge and everything that you're a doctor in Chinese medicine, herbalist, dermatologist, functional nutritionist. Yes, thank you. And everything that you apply to when you meet a patient or a client. What do you do when you have a woman comes into your reception and she has hot flashes? She's very depressed. She's dry within her skin, and everything, or not everything, but her symptoms. What do you do?
Well, as I said, in East Asian medicine, we need to do a very detailed intake so that we understand that specific person's pattern. Are they very, very yin deficient? And this is why they have this heat or yang rising. Are they very excess? And the heat is more of an excess damp heat sort of pattern. So we need to know that so that we can give the right herbs, the right practices, the right foods. So it really is a case by case. But there are things that many women can do, as I said, regulating the nervous system, that will help with everything. Because one can only heal in a parasympathetic state. One can only heal if your nervous system is regulated. You can't heal in a sympathetic, in a panic state. The body can't do that. We're not built to do that. No. So
we are running from the sabeltandade tigern.
Exactly. Exactly. So this is really, I think this is like the first thing that I give women is the awareness of where they are. Are they, what kind of constitutionally, where they are they a very panicky person? How do they handle stress? Do they have a lot of stress? And then all of the tools. So yeah, nervous system regulation is really important. But there are certain herbs that everybody can access. For example, motherwort, Leonordis cardiaca, lemon balm, which are really fantastic for calming the nervous system, balancing the nervous system, especially when there's a lot of stress or anxiety that has a hormonal connection. So
yeah, so the one who listening to this, I get interested in this substance that you are talking about now, or the medicine, the herbs. Where could they reach out for you? Where can they found you? Where can they find to read about this? And
so if anybody wants to reach out to me, I take patients por distance. And
because you live in Palma?
Because I live in Palma now. And they can also reach out on our website, www.ortriket.se. And there you can find information about herbs, and you can also find our email to reach out to me personally if you have any questions.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And the herbs that you're talking about now, can they find this in your website, or could they read about it somewhere else?
Yeah, we do have specific formulas depending again on your pattern that can mitigate a lot of the symptoms with menopause. It really depends on the pattern.
Yeah.
The 2 herbs that I named are single herbs that I often combine, which are motherwort or Leonardus cardiaca with melissa or lemon balm.
Okay.
And I combine those, and they're motherwort is very bitter, so usually it's best to take it as a tincture in some hot water. You can't drink it you could drink it as infusion, but it's very bitter. Lemon balm is very mild in taste. It's also very good for the digestion, so it's something you can use for small children as well.
Yeah. You see the patient and you understand about the patterns, and you give some supplement advices and so on. So what do you do next?
Well, I give my patients a very complete health plan depending on their, as I said, their specific pattern. But there are these more sort of generalized tools that one can use. For example, as I said, with regulating the nervous system. As a Buddhist practitioner, there's a lot of Buddhist practice tools that one can incorporate in their daily life to mitigate a lot of the symptoms, like, for example, hot flashes. For example, mindfulness practice. Mindfulness practice is just about being in the present, experiencing what's going on. Let's say I'm having a hot flash, experiencing this sensation without any judgment. But when this happens, let's say we're having a hot flash and we say to ourselves, okay, this heat is rising, it's irritating, it's moving. When we transform that thought into, oh, okay, I didn't rest enough today. I needed to take some time out. Thank you for reminding me. It sounds a little hokey, but it can be incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Because again, like we were talking about the parasympathetic nervous system, in order to be in parasympathetic mode, we have to be in the present. Not thinking about all the shit that happened years ago, all the things that could happen tomorrow. We have to be in this moment. So mindfulness practice of just really being aware of what you're doing. Mm-hmm. For example, eating. It's a meditation to be with your food, experience the texture, the smell, what it tastes like, how it feels on your tongue, what it feels like when you swallow. This is all mindfulness practice, and we can practice it with anything. We could be sweeping, we could be doing the dishes, eating our food. The idea is to really be present. So that's a really powerful tool that one can bring into your daily life, as well as breath awareness, being mindful of the breath. Breath work is really powerful for regulating the nervous system. So having this breath awareness, perhaps you do 5 minutes of breathing before you go to bed and 5 minutes upon waking. Really powerful stuff. Also helps to calm cortisol, and it also helps to calm this HPA axis.
The APH are directly correlated with the OPH axis. They are kind of put together through the adrenals. Mm-hmm. And so if you are very stressed in the APH axle, it's going to, of course, affect your hormones. So if you're stressed, your hormones that you already are a lack of in the menopause is going to decrease more, and then you get more symptoms. So that is also so important, and I also work with that in my own reception with women that is in menopause, perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause. That is so important to do this mindfulness, or whatever, yoga, qigong, walks, whatever, hug with someone you love, to just come into the parasympathetic, and to also know that this is a very golden period to do a very good cleanup in all of things around you. How do you feel about your job, or how do you feel about your, as you said before, friends? what you have to do with your body. Do you have to exercise more? Because that is also one thing that you can do through this. You have scientific evidence that you can, if you start running, for example, if that is what your body needs, this will decrease symptoms. And if you do yoga for someone else, that is the same thing. So that is very interesting. So you can start clean up period and to go into your life to 2.0
Yeah.
2.0 to become 2.0,
like upgrade
yourself.
Yes, upgrade yourself.
Yeah,
that's exactly true. And this is all of this mindfulness practice. This is really self-love.
Yeah,
talk about self-love. This reflecting daily, like what you were saying. How do I feel safe in my body? What do I need to do to feel safe in my body? What beliefs no longer serve me? About myself, about the people around me. What's the kindest thing I can do for myself right now?
So to talk a little bit more about going inward, you said that journaling is very good to pay attention to your relationship, to your body, and so on and so forth. But what else mindfulness, very important. What else could we do?
So going inward is really about, it's the most radical self-love you could possibly have for yourself, because it's about really asking yourself, does this serve me? Do I have time for this? What do I want? It's also about stopping apologizing. I know so many women, including myself, feel like we need to apologize for being tired, for needing to rest, for needing to take a break, for saying no. This is I love saying that it really is the most radical form of self-love, is to be able to set boundaries and say no. And you can do those things with an open heart and with so much love and kindness.
Yeah, but it's hard.
It's
if you
so
have
hard.
never practiced this during your life, you don't know how to do it. So, both you and I, you're a Buddhist. I'm not allowed from you to say that you're a Buddhist nun, but you are a Buddhist nun.
I'm not a nun. But
No, you're not a nun.
I'm a Buddhist practitioner.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
So, according to that, and I will also say that I have changed the name of the podcast when this is going to be sent. So the new podcast name, according to Buddhism, is in the benefit for others.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah,
and
me too.
That is my purest and truest intention for the podcast, which came to me 2019. And after that, it was 2020 we started with the podcast, but it started in 2019. It was my purest. I said actually in meditation on a clip. Do you say clip? Clip. Just up from the ocean. I had the ocean in front of me, and I was sitting there in meditation, and I was on a sick leave, and I just this came to me that I wanted to do this. I know so many people that have so much knowledge that is not coming out, that is scientifically proved, that is not scientifically proved, but they have a lot of beprövad erfarenhet. I don't know how to say. How do you say it?
Knowledge, evidence-based.
Evidence-based.
Yeah.
Evidence-based, but also experience. Yeah, experience-based knowledge, and I wanted this in the benefit for others. Not everything that comes out in the podcast, you that is guest into the podcast, are not always agreed with everything what others says in other episodes, but you can find it like a juvelskatt, skattkista, and this is for the benefit for others. So,
I love that.
According to the Buddhism, and this with the menopause, how can you think? How can you practice?
So we talked about mindfulness practice, breathing, mindfulness, just being present without judgment, breathing, breath work for the same goal, to be very present in your body. and also metta, loving kindness. Having the practice every night of, before you go to sleep, having the intention of sending love to all sentient beings, to say, may we all be well, may we all be free from suffering. These little practices can make such a profound difference neurologically and emotionally for us. It really is, it's very powerful.
And we know that.
Yeah, we know that because there's, absolutely. So taking that time to put your hand on your heart and saying, if you're experiencing a difficult period, a hot flash, pain in your body, saying to yourself, this is a moment of suffering. Suffering is part of being human. May I be kind to myself in this moment.
Right.
Really beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I try to teach my patients that as well. And I do that practice every night. And I have done it for a long time. But I do it kind of, not like a metta, but I love metta. But I do it like I say what I'm very grateful for. And it could be during my life, but it can also be what happened to me that day. And I can say what I want to release that is standing in the way for me or someone else, as you know, in the benefit for others. And then also what my purest intention is right now. And that can change from day to day or from phase to phase during our lives or so on. But the purest intention for, I want to bring, my intention is often that I want to bring my pusselbit. How do you say that in English? Pusselbit?
Pusselbit. Your bit of the puzzle.
Yeah, my bit of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Until
You're going to bring Lena.
Lena.
Yeah, because we're all so unique, right? And we're all a piece of this big puzzle.
Yeah.
This
in
textile
the benefit for others,
of life.
Yeah, because when we are going on this way, that you and I are going, everything that you put out to other people are coming back to you.
100%.
Maybe not from that person, but from another person. Also, it's not that you do that to have things, because that is not det är inte så jag menar. No, that is not the goal. But it always do.
Absolutely.
And it has increased when it comes back. So go out with metta, go out with love, and in the yoga bhakti, you go out and you do things with love. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I think all of these tools that we have from the Buddhists, for example, of mindfulness practice and really going inward and then sweeping the body and seeing what's going on and sending metta to all sentient beings, there is enough evidence now to see how they can benefit us on a very real physical level. For example, loving kindness activates the vagal nerve. It improves digestion and emotional steadiness. Breath work calms this crazy, hot, anxious yang energy. Think about hot flashes, according to East Asian medicine. Meditation has been shown to increase GABA, which for many women, when estrogen declines, so does GABA. And this is really crucial, right, during these hormonal shifts. And self-love can actually lower inflammation. Inflammation in East Asian medicine can be seen in a very generalized way as accumulation and stuckness, stagnation. But self-love can actually lower this stuckness, this inflammation, helping with everything, essentially, insomnia, joint pain, other pains, memory issues. So these are
so interesting.
Yeah, these are really powerful tools that everyone has access to.
When I started, I was so impressed that, because in my life everything has a tendency to go very fast. And I have so much offered, I can do so much things. I'm invited to so many things, and and I love it, and I have a lot of things to do, and then I have to work very fast. So I didn't have the tålamod to sit down and do the meditation.
Patience.
Yeah, the patience. So I usually do it when I do my yoga, and I do a lot of yoga every week. So I did it then, but then I understood that I needed more, but I couldn't kind of fit in because I thought it was, and I felt it was boring. So, but I came into a phase in my life that I was very, very tired. So I started to do that, and I give myself 5 minutes. I just sit down, and I actually I had read something I saw something in a documentary about that if a psychotherapist meditated 5 minutes before every client, they could see that the result for the client was increasing so much. I don't remember how much, but it was so much.
I read the same thing for surgeons.
You did? Yeah.
For surgeons.
Yeah.
If a surgeon stops and he or she does a 5-minute meditation, that there are better outcomes in the surgery. I don't remember. I can try to find on PubMed the clinical paper. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Have a focused mind. And for me, that was motivating enough to see that, okay, I do this for myself, but I have seen that this actually are going to increase the result for my patient. And that was a motivation factor for me. So I started to do that, and
for the benefit of others.
For the benefit of others, and to be honest, I fell asleep in the beginning.
I love it.
I was so tired.
And you were resting. You needed it.
I rested. So I put my phone on the clock, and so it rang after 5 minutes, and I was sleeping very hard. But after a while, when I did this every day, I wasn't so, because 5 minutes are giving so much rest. It's just 5 minutes. If 5 minutes given so much meditation, just 5 breaths are kind of, who has said that? Is it Eckhart Tolle who says that if everyone would breathe with a conscious mind,
mm-hmm.
If you do 5, maybe it's not Eckhart Tolle, I don't know, but a Buddhism anyway. If everyone would breathe consciously 5 breaths every day, it would change the world. And that is if you take it in the nervous system.
100%. Yeah, I really do believe that with all of my heart. But I think we can practice this without having to sit on a cushion or in meditation for 5 minutes.
100%.
We don't. It could be when we're walking to the store, if our mind is on the soles of our feet. We used to practice walking meditation a lot, where your mind is simply on the bottom, the soles of your feet, what that sensation is like. That's it. It can be doing the dishes. You're 100% there doing the dishes. It can be just very present and compassionate when you have something going on in your body. I really feel this migraine right now.
Right.
I can feel the migraine. It's there. Instead of the, pushing away, not being present, being somewhere else, just being present is a meditation. Yeah.
So true.
Just being
so
present.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is it's the focused mind. It's the focused mindset that our brain needs, because nowadays when we have all this digital, possibilities, and you can get very addicted to all the digital possibilities, we have created popcorn's mind. All of us are having popcorn mind. It actually are studying
monkey
mind, popcorn mind, and I think the popcorn mind, and actually it was a scientific study that I read that it called it popcorn mind, because you kind of pop everything. Oh, you have to check that. I have to do that, and I see that, and so and with that knowledge, I think everyone knows now that if somebody texts me and I hear my phone and I just see the SMS from someone, it actually takes me 15 minutes to come back to the focus that I have, whatever I was doing, if I was reading or if I, whatever. It takes me 15 minutes to come back. So if my phone texts all the time, you have this popcorn mind. And it also the dopamine rushes for whatever it can be when you get all this and so on. And then you get as a dopamine junkie, but that's maybe another story. But still, it makes things with us.
Absolutely. Not to mention that with the decline of estrogen and especially progesterone, a lot of women who are perhaps ADD, ADHD, undiagnosed, really for the first time experience very intense, this popcorn mind, monkey mind, feeling so scattered, feeling like complete overwhelm, so much going on, my phone is ringing, this, not being able to focus. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's the focused mind that we are practicing. If we are going and we feel the soles of our feet when we go to the grocery store, and when we are doing the dishes, or when we lie down in our bed before we're going to sleep, we just feel everything, the bed, the
exactly.
And
being
everything.
present,
being present,
completely present without judgment. Absolutely.
So that's one of the keys.
One of the keys.
To calm down the nervous system. And when you're present, you also can see whatever you have in your surroundings. What is going on within my body and what is going on in all my systems around me.
Exactly.
And then you can start doing the cleanup shit.
Yep, getting rid of all the shit. And then bringing all the wonderful things in.
Right.
That feed us.
Yeah. So, Patricia, for those who have been listening to this episode about menopause, do you have any quick tips you can give them to what they can do right now? Yes,
definitely. So generally speaking, with hormonal changes like perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, there are tissue changes like thinning of the vaginal tissue, as well as experiencing more dryness overall. So one can use lubricants like organic coconut oil, jojoba, vitamin E. You can also use aloe vera. That's very soothing. In Chinese medicine, we use that to actually heal wounds. It's very regenerative for the tissue. You can make your own herbal vaginal suppositories using calendula and cocoa butter with hawthorn or sea buckthorn oil. This is really great for hydration as well as tissue repair. You can do yoni steaming with rose, lavender.
What is yoni steaming?
Yoni steaming is when you create a decoction or an infusion that you sit over.
Okay.
So that the steam can reach the tissue. It's very, very healing.
Okay.
So you can do that with rose, lavender, motherwort. This is also really good for enhancing circulation of qi and blood in the area. What else? Consider your microbiome and your pH balance overall. So make sure that you're eating a well-rounded, largely plant-based diet with all the colors in the rainbow. Chinese medicine, we talk about regulated eating around the same times every day, making sure that you're getting enough protein. At this time of life with hormonal changes, you want to make sure that you're really eating enough protein to support your amino acid intake. So enough protein as well as healthy fats. So consider avocados, coconut oil, olive oil, walnut oil, eating seeds, especially flax that contain lignans, which are really beneficial for estrogen metabolization, as well as pumpkin seeds, which are really great for building progesterone.
And these are so much tips. It's awesome. But I just have to say something. First is that just to connect this to FYSS, where we have in Sweden, FYSS, that is, we're working with FYSS for physical träning, exercise. And for FYSS, they say that for a woman in menopause or entering menopause, perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, it's very good to running and to do
Strength training.
Strength training and yoga, but and walking and so on and so forth. How do you see upon that?
Well, I think it depends on the woman, of course. I'm not a big fan of running.
No.
But for bone density, especially with hormone changes, we do need to pay attention to the kind of exercise that we're doing. So standing on a vibrating plate is very good instead of running, because it's kinder on the body. It's also good for the lymph system, but it's really good for building bone. Wearing a weighted vest. This is a fantastic way to really increase or hold on to your bone density. You can get them in all different weights, but you can wear a weighted vest while you go out to the shop or you cook dinner. You can also do weights around your ankles.
That is a good tip.
Yeah, and of course,
I never heard about that, actually. That's a good tip.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. I love a weighted vest.
I love those sneaky training.
Yeah, me too. And of course, any weight-bearing exercise. Yoga, Qigong is very beneficial. Reignite our understanding of menopause as a time to harmonize our lives, to make mindful decisions for our emotional and physical health, and to grow spiritually. This is self-love. This is radical self-love. We're reclaiming our power, and we can come forward as our authentic, genuine selves.
And the next question that I had was that this is a lot that you said that the woman can do, and I know that you have a new project going on, because this is they want to read about this. They are not going to remember all this that you said, and maybe they can listen to the episode again. But could you tell me a little bit about the project that you had?
Yes, so I'm so incredibly excited to be working with an amazing group of women. We are working on the first holistic health platform or app for women. We're going to be combining functional medicine, East Asian medicine, movement, holistic nutrition, all of these in one place to create an interactive platform that is going to be a customized health resource for women. So it will help you to identify the right foods, movements, supplements, and herbs specifically for you, as well as track your progress, give you reminders, tell you how to best take your supplements and what combinations. I don't want to reveal too much more. It's still a work in progress, but we are looking for 20 ambassadors to test our beta version and to help shape it and finish developing it.
I want to be one.
You're so welcome. So with being one of our ambassadors, you are going to receive our first herbal tincture for Uma, which is designed to help support hormone balance and regulate the nervous system. You're also going to be invited to exclusive events, workshops, classes, and a consultation with me. So,
and I will say that I have had consultations with you. They're awesome because you have so much knowledge about many things. So the one who gets that will not be disappointed.
Thank you so much. That's so nice.
It's true. Okay.
Lovely.
So was it, I interrupted you. Was it more tips that you had?
Well, I did have some more tips.
I saw that in you.
Yeah. But I mean, of course, there's so much.
Yeah.
What I was going to say, because I was talking about food, which is a really important aspect, is making sure that you're having rich probiotic fermented veggies, and what else was I going to say? Yes, to consider Lactobacillus crispatus, which is really beneficial for women's health overall. And because the little things really do go a long way, one thing that a lot of women overlook is the products that they're using on their bodies on their hair and in the shower. So I've had women that I've told, they've told me that they have a lot of recurring UTIs, rashes, sensitive vaginal tissue, and they've cut out all the chemical products, but they don't consider that when they're washing their hair, all of that runs obviously all over your body.
Yeah.
So just being very mindful of the products that you use on your body, no harsh soaps. Vegetable glycerin is very nice and very soft and very hydrating to the tissue.
And soap you shouldn't have in your vagina.
Not at all.
No.
Just if you want a tiny bit on the outer, just like on the pubic hair, but you should not have soap on your vulva.
No,
absolutely
never.
not. No.
And I would say, as a nurse, when I was working as a nurse with very fragile patients, the only soap that I actually think is good was the Apoteket Heart had one who was called tvättkräm. That was amazing. The formula in that was amazing. So it was actually beneficial for the ones who had trouble. I was working at ASIH for a while, for an example. It was very, very good. Now I do advertising for, do you call it advertising?
Yeah.
Reklam?
Yeah.
Advertising for Apoteket Heart, but I love them, so I love the other ones as well. but still, that was very good. But they took it away. That is not good. No.
Yeah.
So after that, Libresse has one. Just if you have itches, or you have some, if the pH is off, you can actually have that, but no other soap. And not oil as well. Oil is not good for it either, because
it depends what kind of oil. If the oil sits on the skin, then it suffocates the skin. It's not great. But if it's an oil that is able to penetrate the first layer of the skin and that's healing, then yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and we have in Örtskikket, we have 2 oils that are amazing that can be used in the more delicate areas as well as on the face, but they can be used in the more delicate areas.
Because I've heard from some of my clients, my patients, that they have been recommended oil for their vulva, and they have so much problems, itching, red, everything. Everything gets worse.
Yeah,
so
it really depends on the oil.
Yeah, so that was very good information. And it depends. And of course on the outcome from the specific unique woman as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And this is really about, also managing the microbiome of that area.
Right.
Eating pineapple and watermelon are also amazing for managing the microbiome and the pH of that delicate tissue.
Interesting.
Yes.
Good tips.
Foods are herbs. Herbs are medicine.
Yeah. As our dear Hippocrates said, let the food be your medicine and your medicine be the food.
Absolutely.
He said a lot of good things. He said also that let the exercise be your medicine and the medicine your exercise as well. So he was a wise man.
Yes, he was.
Except
for the fact that I think women weren't allowed to study medicine in ancient Greece.
Because of him?
Which is terribly disappointing.
Because of him?
Well, I don't know if it was because of him, but it was during that time.
Okay, so so we have that.
But we love you anyway, Hippocrates.
Right. But that was not a good thing.
And
we know what to do with that. But we're not saying that now. It's like, stop. For those who knows. Yeah, we can't say that in the podcast.
No, we cannot.
But we know. Yeah. So, but we love him anyway. Yes. He said good things.
Yeah.
And we rearranged his things. How to think about that. So, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I look forward to future sessions with you.
Yeah, we should say that, because you're coming and lecturing on Yoga Yama.
Yes.
During our association Integrative Medicine and Health this autumn.
Yes.
So anyone who wants to come and listen more about this and also have the possibility to ask a question, come to the lecture. We haven't had a schedule yet, but it will come out on different platforms, and you will be one of the lecturers. What do you say?
Lecturers.
Lecturers.
Yes.
Lecturers.
Yes.
Okay, so in November.
Yep.
So, Patricia, I just love to have you here.
Oh,
you
thank you.
are amazing.
Thank you so much.
And you have so much knowledge, and we will have more of these episodes coming up in different topics. So, until next time.
Yes, until next time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.